Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. It's Teacher Paul here coming at you with the next project in our FreeCodeCamp responsive web design course. Today we're going to be making this nutrition facts label, and along the way we're going to be learning a lot about typography in HTML and CSS especially. How we control our text, what it looks like, spacing, bold, italics, all of that stuff is going to be inside this lesson. Also, we are going to be splitting the videos up from now on into shorter, more bite-sized segments, which will hopefully make it easier for you to find exactly what you're looking for. When you're stuck on one part, I want you to be able to hop over here and just get it straight away. Without further ado, let's go right ahead. It says, we've provided a basic HTML boilerplate for you. The boilerplate, if you don't know, is kind of like a starting point. So we have our document declaration, we have our HTML open tag. Inside our head, we have a char set declaration, and we have a title. Our body is empty, but we do close the body and the HTML tags down here as well. Let's go right in now to what they want us to do. Create an H1 element with your body within your body element and give it the text nutrition facts. Seems easily enough. I use tab to indent myself over, open my H1 tag and make a typo straight away. And we're going to type in here nutrition facts, and then we'll close our H1 tag. So let's press Control and Enter, and indeed we have passed that, so we can move on to the next challenge. Step 2. Below your H1, add a P element and say 8 servings per container. I'm going to copy that text so I have it to hand. I tab in to just directly under the H1, open my P tag, copy the text 8 servings per container, and then close my P tag again. Control and Enter to check the code. Simple enough stuff. Now that should be second nature to us. Add a second P element with the text serving size 2/3 of a cup, 55 grams. Once again, I'm just going to select all of this text, hit Control and C to copy, and I'm going to come down. So we open our P tag, we paste with Control and V, and then we close our P tag. So there we go, we have our second P tag, and yes, indeed, it has worked for us. Fantastic. On to step number 4, and we get the donation pop-up. I do hope you'll all consider donating to FreeCodeCamp. I think it's a wonderful resource, and the further you go into it, the more you will appreciate it. Within your head element, add a link element with a relationship attribute set to style sheet and the href attribute set to open sans : 400, 700, 800. Now, this is the first time we have been trying to link external fonts. These fonts are not on your computer or my computer, but instead they are stored on the web using Google Fonts. Google Fonts is service.google provide for web developers to use fonts from Google's servers. When you load these fonts, it can be quite slow, especially if someone has a weaker internet connection. So we always want loading the fonts to be the first thing that the web page does. So with that in mind, now they have left us a line here on the 3rd line after the meta and title to put the fonts in here, but the best practice is always to have it as the first thing. We're going to link it just like we would link a CSS file. So we go link and we say relationship equals style sheet. I've made a typo there. Here we go, style sheet. And then it needs a href attribute. Href equals, for the href, we're going to put in this web address here. So we Control C, Control V, and then don't forget to close your link tag. And I think we have everything done then. It says this will import the Open Sans font family with the font weight values 400, 700, and 800. Yeah, you can see that in our code here. It's going to take 400, 700, and 800. Font weight is just how bold the font is. Okay, so on we go. Oh, wait a second. It says to also add a link element to link your styles.css file. Okay, so we have to make sure that we do that as well. So we'll link our styles.css, link relationship equals style sheet, type equals text / CSS, and href equals styles dot CSS. One question I've been asked is why, when we link our style sheet and we're giving it a href, does it not look like other hrefs we use? Why doesn't it look like a big long website? That's a very interesting question. And the reason is that the CSS file will be stored in the same folder as the HTML file. So you don't need to point, if you get me, to a specific place. Now, if this was on a real website, I could also put the www. so on and so forth, but it's not necessary because it's in the same folder. So that's why we only need to write the file name and type. We should be okay here. And indeed we are. So we can move on to step number 5. For step number 5, it says, create a body selector and give it a font family set to Open Sans with a fallback of sans serif. So what we're doing here is we're going to say, look, the font we want to use, the best case scenario is Open Sans. But if the person viewing the website is, maybe they're on a slow internet connection, or maybe Google Fonts has gone down, so they're not able to pull that font from Google Fonts, then we're going to use sans serif instead. Sans serif is not actually a font. Sans serif is a type of font. If you're on Windows, Arial or Calibri are the classic sans serif fonts. But if you're on Apple, indeed, you might have Helvetica or California fonts. Those are sans serif fonts as well. So when your HTML document says use, say, sans serif, then the computer is going to pick one of its sans serif fonts to use. So we're going to select our body. Our squirrely tags are open, and we're going to say font family colon. We're going to say Open Sans. But you can see straight away here that we have a problem. Our problem is there's a space. That's no bueno. So we need to put the words Open Sans inside quotation marks, like this. Open Sans, like so. And you can see the fonts indeed changing on the side to Open Sans. Then to add the fallback, I'm just going to add a comma, and then I'm going to write sans serif and put a semicolon in. So if we cannot get Open Sans, then we will use sans serif. Oh, and we do have a problem. So let's see. Your body selector should have a setting of font family property set to Open Sans sans serif. So let me see what I've done wrong here. Aha. So this is a classic mistake, and I'm sure it'll catch some of you. We should have a capital O and we should have a capital S. We need to be very careful to be exact. But being honest, these are mistakes that every programmer will make. It's all about getting good at learning how to spot those simple mistakes. So now that we found it, we can move on. It says the font is a little bit too small. Create an HTML selector and set the font to have it as a size of 16. Okay, so we're going to select HTML. Now it's going to select everything inside the HTML tag. I'm going to say font, size. I'm going to set that to 16 pixels. Great. And we go to step number 7. Wrap your H1 and P elements inside a div element and give that div a class of label. So we're going to take all of these 3 tags and I'm going to press tab to push them over to the side. And that's because now they are going inside a new div, just like this. But we also need to give the div a class attribute. So the class attribute is going to be called label. And you can see how easy it is to read this code. You know, the div is inside the body, and inside the div we have H1P and P. Okay, and that's why we have to do good spacing. Look, if I move everything over here, it's still going to work. No problem. But it's going to be much harder to read. And as you move on to coding in a professional environment where you're dealing with thousands of lines of code and other people need to read your code as well, and maybe they don't know what you were trying to do when you were writing it, it's very important that your code is clean and tidy. Step number 8. Borders can be used to group and prioritize content. Create a label selector and give it a border of 2 pixels, solid and black. Okay. So we're inside our CSS. I'm going to say dot label. And we're going to say border, 2 pixels, solid, black. And we should see that now we have a solid border going around that div. Remember, this is the div that we are targeting. So that's the box that we put these 3 things inside. Next. Good use of white space can bring focus to the important elements of your page and guide your user's eyes through the text. Give your label selector a width and set it to 270 pixels. Very simple stuff here. Width, I'm going to say 270px. Control and enter, check the code, and lovely. So now we have a more narrow box around the content. And last for this video, step number 10, give your label a margin property of 20 pixels auto. Now, do you guys know what this is going to do? Margin is going to add space outside the box. The top and bottom are going to have 20 pixels, so we should see it move down a little bit. Left and right are going to be auto, which is going to push it into the center. But then we are also going to give it some padding. Padding and margin are very similar and people often confuse them. A way to remember it though is margin outside, padding inside. Margin outside, padding inside. M-O-P-I. Mopey. Margin outside, padding inside. And that's something, being honest guys, I always need to remember it that way, because every time I need to think about one of these CSS problems, margin and padding often are stumbling blocks for me, even though I've been doing this for quite a long time now. Okay, so margin outside. So the margin is going to be 20 pixels, auto. And then we have our padding. And the padding is inside. So that's going to be 0 and then 7 pixels. And look at this. We have a lovely centered rectangle with some text inside it. That's going to be all for video number 1 in this series, but you will find a playlist with video number 2 in it, just probably being suggested right now. So you can move on to the second video or try and do a few steps on your own and come back when you get stuck. Thanks for watching. I gotta find a button. Bye.